like the business side of ministry will make you leave the faith if you're not careful.
Watch me work. Oh, nah, nah, nah.
This is Surf Gang.
And you in the field with the Tracksstars.
Let go.
Yeah, back in the field with the Tracksstars, Ryan Righteous, SEANTANA, DJ Jeremiah. What's going on?
Yeah. Make sure that you are going on to the new website, checking it out, www.trackstars.com. Make sure that you go to Instagram and follow us at Trackstars, Twitter at Trackstars. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go to Facebook and like the Trackstars, and also download the podcast each and every Monday. Please leave a review. That helps us out. So please make sure you visit www.trackstars.com for all things Trackstars.
Yeah, man. So we got a ton of artists in the building, man. So appreciate y'all coming out.
Yes.
Y'all haven't seen Amp yet, so Amp is in here. So this is what we're going to talk about. This is actually pretty serious because we did a topic a while back on top 5 reasons to leave Christian hip hop.
Yeah.
And people really took that joint serious.
They did.
They were like, okay. But it's more serious than that because the artists we're talking about today didn't just say we're leaving Christian hip hop. They said they're leaving Christianity. So we're going to talk about that. The good news is we Ashley out in LA has been communicating with Gorilla Cross, Quan, and them, who's on Periscope right now, and it seems like they got in contact with ASAP. So they've been sitting down with him. So people are in his life working in the field right now. For real.
That's good.
For real. So the caution is not to make assumptions when people are actually talking to him. Okay. But we've had in the last 2 months? When did Jahaziel?
That was like about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So within the last
January.
month, we had 3 artists say they were leaving the faith. Kid Joppy, Jahaziel, and ASAP. So what do we feel about that? What's going on? Because how I found out about it, I knew about Jahaziel, but how I found out about it, I think was who was it? Was Miss Amp? I can't remember how to say her name. But she said on Twitter, she was like, "What's going on?" Like exclamation mark. I'm like, I don't know. So people have been asking us this whole break, like, what's going on? So what is going on? What's happening?
Man, I think we're seeing a shift of people that's kind of migrating to where the world is going.
Ziv, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No problem.
I call him ASAP. Right. ASAP left a long time.
I heard he was coming back, though.
Go ahead.
Just kill the name.
He just died.
Kill the name. Now, we talked about this not too long ago where we started talking about how the millennials are becoming less godly, less churchy, less whatever, and I think we're just kind of seeing a pattern. You know, the world doesn't take the faith seriously, so it's starting to trickle down into the believers. I mean, they start getting questioned, they start looking at documentary, or they feel like they're searching for something, and I think they just kind of get a little confused, and it always seems like it comes back to a fad of what people are doing.
Well, what my initial question is, isn't this a good thing? Isn't it good that if somebody is honest with themselves and says, I don't believe this, would we want them to keep pretending like they do and make Christian music? Isn't it better for them to say, hey, guys, I don't believe this?
It is better, but at the same time, you don't want to hear that from somebody that you know personally, and you know, like, you heard their music ministered to you, and you don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? That means you leave, like, you feel a certain type of way about it.
We got to put you on the other side line for line. Like, it changes a lot of stuff, man. No, but like, I feel bad, man, because like, I know there's a lot of pressure, and I feel, I don't know what's going on. So one half of me is like, I'm proud that they were able to say it and instead of just keep pretending and riding the wave of their success. I hope it's not because they want to test out the secular water. Yeah. Because we've had a lot of artists that we've known over the years that have tried that. And God has a way of either letting you get it and ruining your life that way, or not letting you get it and ruin your life that way. But even one of the two ways,
your life gets ruined.
Yeah, it's like, I don't want anybody to experience the prodigal son path if they don't have to.
Yeah.
But if you have to, then go. We've had to tell an artist on our team, hey man, go do your thing.
Yeah.
Two artists on our team. Go do your thing, man. And go do your thing.
Stop shooting people.
No shade, but it's like, hey man, like you have a pull on you to go try this. You have to try it, because if you always in the back of your mind are like, man, I really want this life. If you're just not doing it because of us, because your big brother's like, hey man, what's wrong with you, man? What's going on? Where you been? Like if that's the only reason you're doing it, then that's not good enough. So go ahead and be who you want to be, and hopefully we'll be praying for you that you swing back around, because we love you.
I think a lot of stuff too is that people are right now in a place where they feel like this is hard. Like I don't know why it's feel like for certain people it's getting harder for them to be a Christian. Like and the sad thing is the same temptations that Satan's been trying to use against us for years is the same. The methods may be trying to be new, but it's still the same thing he's been doing. But I think the thing is, for certain people, it's like you said, like sometimes you may feel like you want to be one place in your career and God just got you here and just for a reason right now. But you're looking at it like, God, why I'm not progressing? Why is this not happening for me? Why is this, you know what I mean? And then sometimes it could be another thing too. It's like you started, like somebody, I think Ryan Righteous just said, looking at documentaries, start questioning your faith so much that you just like really moved out away from it. Like you worried about is the church the Illuminati too? Is this the Illuminati too? And all this other stuff. And then you start to really open yourself up to other things. Not saying like you can't study other things, but you're opening yourself up to other things that's taking you away from God.
Yeah.
So
and this is coming. I'm the one that wrote Almost Atheist. Like I understand what you're going through. There's a lot of questions that you may have that's like, I don't get this. I don't see why this is happening this way. So I understand the journey of trying to figure out what is going on. So I sympathize with that. The one that was the most interesting to me though was Joppy.
Joppy, that was
because he said something like his was different. It was like, hey, I know this is true. Yeah, I just don't want to do it anymore. He said, and it's like I feel the tug from the world. That's a different statement. That's not. Yeah, that's not a I don't believe in this anymore. That's a I do believe in it. I'm just gone.
Then that goes to the Matrix, quote unquote. That scene in the Matrix when boy's eating a steak and it's like, yo, I hate that I missed this life. I want to come back to this. What he was telling us is a lie. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you start seeing the stuff out there that you really want, and you're feeling like this life is hindering you from success, worldly success, and stuff like that.
I think it's different. I didn't hear anybody mention this before yet, but I'm starting to work more with like the FCAs and the churches around, Cobb County and all that type of stuff. Like mixing the business side of ministry is a hard thing, because there's a fine line that people cross all the time. And if I was telling this to the little guy I was telling you guys about earlier, like we sit and have conversations in the car all the time on the way to these different FCAs, and we're like, the business side of ministry will make you leave the faith if you're not careful. Like just seeing what, because you have to deal with people and see people who you think should pay you this or shouldn't pay you this, or you shouldn't ask for it. We did I did a halftime show for a couple basketball games a couple weeks ago, and the dude gave us the check and he was like, "Is that enough?" And I was like, "How do I answer that?" Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I tell you no, I need more. Like, because it's a Christian organization. I'm a Christian artist, so now I'm not. This ain't enough. Give me more money. So I think that line gets blurred often, and it can skew your faith very quickly.
And then you also get to see behind the scenes of how people really live. There's some people that you may admire, whether it be pastors, artists, whatever. And then when you kind of get to see the real them behind the scenes, it's like, wait a minute. You ain't who I thought you were. And then it makes you start doubting your own faith. It's like, if this dude ain't real, who is real? You know what I mean? Yeah. I know a lot of people are experiencing that. So it seems like it's either a tug, you want to test your chops in the world to see how good of an artist you are, or it's I've seen too much and there's too many fake people in this thing, and now I'm questioning all of it. So I don't know which. It seems like they're all having their own experience with it. The question is, are there more coming?
I think that are you guys like hip with like the Reddit atheist community?
The Reddit.
Like that's like so there's like there's a thing on Reddit in the atheist community where they on the atheist thread where they have testimonies of them coming out.
Wow.
Pretty much like I grew up in, a Christian home or whatever, and here's my story about, how I had to tell my family that I never really believed, or that kind of thing. And so actually it's been encouraging other closet atheists to do the same thing, to reveal themselves. And I think that's kind of what's happening right now is I think it's in general a good thing because it gives more clarity to both Christians and non-believers. Hey, you got to be just real with yourself and honest with yourself. And so I think we will see more because they're becoming more encouraged to, that guy did it, and I feel the same way. And even though it's such a kind of taboo thing to just be like, I don't believe any of this, seeing other people do it is giving them courage. And so I think even though it's really sad, and especially if you look at it theologically, whether you believe that someone's actually walking away or it's really like an apostate heart, like I'm just living in unbelief, it's sad either way. But I think in any case, it contributes to clarity for both Christians and non-believers.
So you're saying that there is an atheist movement happening right now?
There's
been a movement.
Yeah.
So there's been a movement.
We got
right?
blasted by the movement.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that, right? So but you're saying there's more to come, because not only are people just kind of saying, okay, this is what I've done. I'm coming out now.
I don't think it's all atheism.
The movement is happening. You don't think
from what I read from Asaya Ziv, kid, it sounds like he's not necessarily saying he wants to be an atheist. It just sounds like he wants to explore a lot of different things. So I don't think it's just atheism coming into Christian hip hop. I just think it's just whatever.
Trying to figure out, who he is and things like that. I think one of the interesting things in this is, and where I agree with you as far as it being a good thing, I think that situations like this sets now a standard, not just for CHH, but just anything that has to do with ministry. And I think it'll put more of an onus on, okay, if you're a label, you need to know who you're signing. And know, like, okay, go back into their family life. You need to know what they're struggling with, their strengths, things like that. And I think it puts more of an onus on the person and on relationship than he's just a really dope artist or she's just a really dope artist that can sing. So I think this is a really good thing from the standpoint of where there's going to be a stand. And even though we're sad in the fact that, especially these three, like, hey, oh man, they stepped away, and that's never a good thing, especially because if we're praying for them and caring about them like we should care. But I think at the same time, it's a really good thing. Like, it's a really good thing. So that's where I stand on it as far as this is concerned.
So let me ask this question, because one of the articles said, I know that Jesus Christ is, I don't believe that he is God, but I know he was a man. I know he's real. And I'm just going to live with the conviction of doing what I want to do day in, day out. What is the advice that you give to someone who's walking that thin of a line? Silence.
I didn't really understand it. Is that verbatim?
Yeah, that's verbatim.
Is that a Ryan verbatim?
No.
Okay.
Sean, stop that, man.
That's
No, real talk. Okay.
No, that was
Sidebar.
Yeah.
We have this thing when Ryan Rex be saying stuff, and then we go back and be like, wait, he didn't say that. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
So that's what he just meant when he said Ryan. That's one of Ryan's.
He said it, but the line was just back there.
We go.
No, I'm kidding. Seriously, no. That's exactly what I read, though. If you read the article, that's what I read. I'm not going to tell you which artist said it because I don't want to put them out there like that, but that's what they said.
Well, I mean, another thing too, this could be God, honestly. This could be God, whereas sometimes you have to come to the end of yourself. You have to be that person in the pig slop, eating pig slop, or looking at your stuff covered in pig slop before God could be like, before you're humbled and before you realize, like, wow, something ain't right about this situation I'm in. God, I need your help. Because normally God is going to step back from you when you say, I got this.
Yeah.
He also said, and I quote, "My life has never been better since I stopped believing."
Hey, a lot of atheists say that.
Yeah, that's not the first time I've heard that. I was in the barbershop, and I told you guys before, but I was in the barbershop, a guy said, look, I tried my life with